Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whenever you watch me right now. My name is Jay Luke, the owner and operator of the Passionate Network, where we amplify the voices, elevate the culture, and champion the musicians. Remember, you can get anything in our store for 30% off. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Listen, it is over and it is done. BOTY is over and done. And Night with the Boom is over and done. Celebration Bowl is over. Congratulations to Jackson State. All of the Jackson State alumni that go to my church were wearing all of their gear in high fashion. So definitely want to say shout out to you all. But I do want to talk about the event. Yeah. So I'm going to start out with BOTY. I'm going to start by saying, I'm going to continue to have my thoughts about it. That's never going to change. Everybody's going to have their thoughts and opinions. The way that I see it is the way that I see it. Again, I am not opposed to having conversations with anybody, but the way that I see it is the way that I see it. However, what I will say is this. I watched it like I said I was going to do. I told you I was interested in watching it. I said before that I wanted to watch it. Because at the end of the day, I'm not one of those like cancel people. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Right? Like, well, I'm not going to support it because I don't like some of the stuff that happens in it. No, I mean, again, I still believe that the whole situation was done in good faith. I don't ever believe that it wasn't. I just believe that some things that were just kind of left field or at least not done necessarily to the best of its ability. Some of the marketing was not that great. But that doesn't mean I wasn't going to support it because I want it to be great, right? So with that being said, I watched it. Commentators were a little bit better than last year. I can definitely say that. Not necessarily greater than last year, but a little bit better. And then I had the opportunity to go back again and watch it on Showtime Web, where they gave, I don't know how many people are behind Showtime Web, but every show from the box, or at least it looked like, close to the press box. And I know since then, FAM has put out their videos, and I think A&T has put out their videos as well. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Congratulations on a successful event. Like, seriously. I mean, we could talk about how empty the room is and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, if I look at the video, it was pretty empty, right? But the good thing about it is that I also had a couple of people that were also in the room. And those people in the room who also agreed that it was pretty empty also said that it was a good event. It was a nice event. Everything went smooth. They had a great time. And I'm going to be honest, from a business perspective, that's kind of what you want, right? You want the people who are paying for your event and who are there at the event and advocating for the event to be able to have a good time at said event, because the communication then becomes, I have fun. It was cool. There were 2 winners declared. Shout out to Miles and shout out to Fam. I'm gonna be honest. I thought Fam show was cool. I felt that A&T should have won, but that's my personal opinion. But I really believe that success is measured by the person who is throwing, or by the person who it's based off of, if that makes sense, right? So for them, success may look a little different than what success looks like for us. For us, success looks like the stadium is packed out. For them, success probably looks like we were able to give out this amount of money, these bands showed up, these people showed up, and the people there had a good time. And so the only thing I can say is congratulations on a successful event. Good job. Now, going forward, however they handle it, and however whatever they plan to do, whatever ideas that they plan to add or implement, that's up to them and the committee and whatever they decide. Again, I'm going to have my opinions based on if something doesn't look right. I mean, even then, I'm gonna have my opinion. But if it looks good, then I'm like, yo, this looks good. So let's flip to the other side. Night with the Boom. Watch that. And shout out to Showtime Web. I got to say that because I watched the live of Showtime Web, and I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna catch a plane in Atlanta from one side of Atlanta to another. But I'm just saying, like, to get from that to the BOTY, I'm thinking that there's multiple people. I'll just put it that way. But I watched the event from Showtime Web, and then I watched it from some other folks, and then I found out, and then I realized there were some people that I know very closely, some people that I marched with, some other folks that were actually there with their students. And what I'm going to say as far as Night with the Boom is, congratulations on a successful event, right? So like the venue that they had, you can easily say that it was a packed venue. It was a lot smaller than, the Dome in Atlanta. So obviously with the number of people that were there, you can definitely say it was a packed event. A lot of kids participated, high school kids participated, played the songs. I think Jackson was Jackson. I think they did well. But again, congratulations on a successful event. Listen, at the end of the day, there were two events that happened that night, and there were successes on both ends. And I think at the end of the day, that's what both events were looking at, right? Major recruitment tool for Night with the Boom. And let's be real, let's be very honest. It's not like that's the first time that they had that event. It's not, right? But it is the first time that I know of that they had the event in competition and or on the same time as the BOTY. And with them having that event, also the post that went up with it, that was, kind of a little petty. So with that being said, I think that is what drove the attention to pit them those two against each other as one was competing with the other. And at the end of the day, I really believe that they were just successful events on both sides. That's just what it was. Recruitment went up. High school kids were there at the day with the Boom. I don't know I'm not going to say what kind of people because that sounds terrible to say, but there were people at the BOTY, FAM fans, A&T fans, Mile fans, Virginia State fans. Shout out to Virginia State. I know I said, Miles, shout out to them. FAM, shout out to them. Shout out to A&T, as well as the two high schools that performed. There were fans in both areas. And again, I think that they were both successful. And so with that being said, can't wait to see what happens next year. I want to be able to see some changes next year. And I look forward to seeing changes next year. And that's kind of where it is. And that's where we're going to leave it. So I want to hear you guys. Let me hear your thoughts inside of the comment section. Do you think both of them were successful events? Do you think the Night with the Boom was more successful than BOTY? Or do you think at the end of the day, both points were made? Just leave it all in the comment section, man. I want to be able to read your thoughts. Don't forget also 30% off your purchase. All you got to do is type in HBCU Band. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe button, and turn on notifications. Man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to get this throat thing going on. I told you, I'm under the weather. But I'll see y'all next time. Peace.